welcome to another RSR. Tonight I'm reviewing Toronto FC 2, Inter Miami CF 0 in MLS 2023 Week 4. Toronto FC wins their first game of the season and their first game since August 27th. Big win for TFC. Their first game won in 7 months. And they play the better game. They were the dominant team. They were the way better team. Finally beat Miami for the first time since 2020 as well. Halftime 0-0, tight half, but Toronto had more possession, 60% possession. Almost outpossessed Miami for most of the game. Made some great saves. Sean Johnson did. Had some great chances. Toronto as well. You would have thought that they could have at least been leading by halftime, and I wish they were, because I think they should have been. But they did sort of play a bit slow, play a little bit, I wouldn't say lethargically, but they did play definitely not the way you would have wanted them to play. I think they played a bit lackadaisically, a bit trash sometimes on their final ball. Sat there for 4 seconds instead of just taking it right off the bat. They went and waited for a better opening when they didn't have the better opening. At least what they thought was a better opening. So, with the first half, they could have done better. They should have been leading, but they weren't. But in the end, didn't matter. They still won. 48th minute, Jonathan Osorio scores. Ball crossed into the box by Richie Larea. Beats Harvey Neville. And then Jonathan Osorio taps it in, slides in, pops the ball into the net. Great goal for Oso. His first of the season to make it 1-0 Toronto FC in the 48th minute. 1-0. Great goal by Oso. Heads up play, beautiful play. Sadly, won't be playing next week because, well, he's going to play Curacao for Canada. Yay, that's great. You know, that's amazing. Mark Anthony K goal in the 70th minute. Mark Anthony K scores. Ball crossed in off the free kick by Federico Bernardeschi. Mark Anthony K basically shoulders it in. Shimmies it in. And he scores to make it 2-0. 2-0. Beautiful goal by Mark Anthony K. Not really, but a beautiful pass in by Federico Bernardeschi. But in the end, 70th minute, Mark Anthony K pops one in there. And they get a 2-0 lead with 20 minutes to go. And they do not relinquish anything. And it ends 2-0 Toronto FC. They do not relinquish. They do not quit. They do not give up. They win. 2-0 full-time. Full-time stats. 12 shots to 9. 6 shots on goal to 3. 48% possession to 52% possession. 457 passes to 488. 80% pass accuracy to 81, 9 fouls to 14, 2 offside to 2, 2 yellow cards to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 5 corners to 4. You love to see it. Big win. You love to see it. Big win for Toronto FC. Their first win since 2022. Their first win in 7 months. Their first win of the season, 5 points. Better than they were last year. They had 4 points after match 4. Here, they have 5. They're 1 better point than last year. Better than Montreal as well, by 2 points. Should have been 5, but Montreal somehow beat Philly. With that being said, Toronto FC, beautiful game. Outpossessing Miami for the bulk of it. Owning that midfield, especially without Gregory for Miami. Toronto owned that midfield. That was the big thing they needed to do. Cervania, beautiful game. Mark Anthony K had a really good game for once. Michael Bradley sort of was a passenger, but in the end, he still had a pretty good game. Oso played well. Federico dropped back playing the 10 in most cases, and I think he dropped back a little bit too much, but in the end, he got an assist. Things started to play his way. It worked out for TFC. Back line, of course, solid once again. Richie, Hedges, Rosted, Petretta, solid once again. Sean Johnson, great performance as well. Good saves. I would say man of the match tonight. We'll get there. We'll get there. DeAndre Kerr played a good game. I think he deserved to get another start. He got another start, and I think he earned another start next week. He kind of has to, but still, Dio's hurt, so it'll probably be Kerr and Peruzza sitting up top there if they need to have a sub, of course, because of the international break call-ups, because they're playing through a break. That's idiotic. With that being said, Vasquez came on pretty well. Io made his return, so he'll be ready to go to Canada, go to the national team once they play for Curacao and Honduras. I would hope that he plays at least a bit sometime during that window. Io looked okay in this game, had a shot, looked okay as a sub. Personally, I thought Toronto played a great game. This is their best game of the year so far, and their best game in a while, I thought. They played amazingly. I was happy with the performance. I wasn't really too worried. I loved watching them play. I saw them play great. They've been growing throughout the season. They've been getting better. And finally, they get 3 points. And if this season keeps going the way it is, and they just keep getting better and start congealing together, next week could throw a spanner in the works, of course. I wouldn't be shocked. But personally, the last time I wore this, they won a game against Nashville. Not the last time they won a game, but they won the last time I wore this, and well, here we are. Last 2 times I've worn this, they've won. Maybe this jersey's lucky now. But with that being said, TFC's played an amazing game here. They played 2 great games. 2 good games overall against Atlanta and Columbus. They played a great game here. They just got to keep growing, and this team is growing. They're getting better. They're building up. They're learning each other. Things are looking better than what we would have perceived week 1 or, well, the offseason. They were making people drink the Kool-Aid, but after week 1, it was a bad loss. Week 2, it was like, yeah, we stole a point. Week 3 was like, we really should have lost, but we got a point. But we could have won as well, but probably a little bit more negative on that one. But overall, they did play well. But those last 20 minutes, they almost shot themselves in the foot. They kind of already did that again. They didn't play defense after the 80th minute, but in the end, they still got the clean sheet. That's their first clean sheet in God knows how long. I'm not even going to look that one up. I think it's also that Charlotte game, actually. I think it's also that Charlotte game that they had a clean sheet their last time, ironically enough. That 2-0 in Charlotte. Well, there you go. Don't have to look that far. Last 2 wins have been clean sheets. Well, there you go. But there's a whole lot of difference. Sean Johnson, I didn't really feel uncomfortable to the point where I was like, yeah, they'll probably allow a goal in this game. I didn't feel uncomfortable. Alex Bono somehow got a clean sheet against Charlotte, who almost made the playoffs last year. Huh. That made no sense. At Charlotte? Yeah, that made no sense. So, with that being said, I mean, things have upgraded in multiple positions, and you could see the progression of this team week by week. And I'm happy with the performance. I think the performance was amazing. Their best performance in a while. Even better than that win in Charlotte. I mean, this is their best performance since that win against Charlotte when Bernardeschi and Insigne made their debuts. No Insigne, for now, no problem. For now, no problem. Points in every game that he hasn't played. It makes you wonder, I would say, but again, it's good that they've been getting points. They have not lost since week 1. 3-game unbeaten run. They finally won a game. Miami were outplayed by TFC. I have to say, Miami were outplayed by TFC. They needed Gregory. Gregory's hurt. He's out till September. That's a bad loss. Stefanelli didn't really play well. Duke, invisible. Should have played attacking mid. Joseph was invisible, ironically enough. No Kempana. Miami sort of really just gave up without Gregory, to be honest. They really did. And that probably helped Toronto. But again, I think they could beat a San Jose team that's losing 3-0 to St. Louis right now. I'm sure Toronto can do that in San Jose, even with a slightly rotated team, with their hand being forced. But we'll see next week with a double stream and a double RSR. That'll be fun. With that being said, TFC, great game. Lovely win for their first win of the season. A signature moment. And hopefully they build on it, because they got to. I mean, they've been building so far this season. There have been positives, unlike last year. I'm happy with what I see so far. Man of the match for me, I got to say Osorio for the first goal. Great run there. He played well in the midfield. He did a lot of work in this game. Had a couple more shots. I like what Oso did. I'm happy with his performance. He played a damn good game. Good win. And a good game for Jonathan Osorio. Man of the match, Jonathan Osorio. With that being said, yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy. It could have been worse. It could have been better, but I think it was pretty damn good in itself. Toronto wins 2-0. They get their first 3 points of the season. They're in a playoff place. I'm sure of it. They were, 11th before the game? Yeah, they should be in a playoff place. Especially with Montreal winning and Red Bulls. Yeah, they should be in a playoff place. I may be wrong. I may have jumped the gun, but we'll see. With that being said, TFC, you love to see it. With that being said, if you like this video, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us a play. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you on Monday or Tuesday for the TFC jersey unboxing. Then Italy versus England on Thursday. I shall see you then. Big moments to come. And international break as well. Big win for TFC. And I'm happy with it. Let's go. I'm running. I'm out. Peace.